everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
Today we are reviewing our play of Mother of Frankenstein, Volume 1.
And happy Mother's Day. And that's a good reason to be reviewing a game called Mother of Frankenstein.
I felt it was appropriate.
That's right. So this is a multi-session adventure game.
Yes.
From Arcane Wonders. And it plays however many people are at your table. And the key is to, unlike a lot of other games, you want to immerse yourself in the experience and not have this person do this code and this person break that code and this person do this and this person do that and have a bunch of separate experiences. You're supposed to do this all together as a shared experience. Further, it's not supposed to be played all in one sitting, though I will say that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, we just plowed through it.
We just plowed through it. So that's what we do.
Yeah. Otherwise, it will sit on the shelf for a year.
That's right, and we did not want that to happen. What is the playtime on this? So
it says 4 to 6.
It says 1 to 6 players.
Right.
Though I don't see why you couldn't play it with as many as you wanted. And it says 4 to 6 hours on the box.
For Volume 1.
For Volume 1.
I know that if people backed the Kickstarter initially, you get all 3 volumes, which is like a 10 to 16 hour experience or something.
Yeah, it would be super long.
This is just one of like 3, I believe.
Right. So, they say we strongly recommend groups solve all the puzzles together and don't try to finish it in a single sitting. They recommend that you divide your playthrough into 3 sessions. You've got a poetry and astronomy section. You've got a music section, and you've got a letters section. But you don't have any letters starting out.
Right.
So do these 3 folders first, and then you'll find out about letters. But before you open up any of those packs, you should start off with, there's a letter and the Shelley volumes, which basically gives you the backstory about what all is going on. Basically, Mary Shelley has enclosed all of her knowledge that she thinks is important to pass on to her son, and has put it all together. And it never did get into his hands and teach him all the things, and it ended up being resurfaced, in modern times. The really cool thing is that for those of you who like text-based adventures, you're going to get lots and lots of sections that will immerse you into the gameplay. And it was written by a young adult author by the name of, what is his name? Written and designed by Terry Pettigrew Rollup and Tommy Wallach. I believe Tommy Wallach is the author in question that I was trying to think of. So you'll also have puzzle pieces that come in the box. They are rather easy to take out, and they're made of a foam sort of material. So it's not that they're not going to get it's not just simple cardboard.
Yeah.
They're nice thick foam pieces. And everything is able to, at least in my opinion, we were able to reset this without much hassle.
Yeah.
Now on the back of the Start Here page, there are QR codes in the corner in case you need hints. It says, remember, the goal here is to have fun, not to prove yourself to the puzzle gods. I tried to use the QR code and it did not work, but going to their website, I was indeed able to get to the hints. And there's also a QR code to the refill pack if you'd like to reset your game for a new group of players. This was also not working. I assume that these will be working at some point soon.
I would hope so. I mean, the game is available.
But I could not find the refill pack on their website. So we we just had to remember which things were in each pack. Now, just like all adventures that are, the adventure type games like Unlock and Exit and things like that, some of the puzzles I think were really solid. It to me the puzzle started off as like, oh, is this all? And then quickly became, as I saw how interwoven they are, I was really impressed with the amount that they wove everything together.
Yeah, I mean, if we had just done the poetry envelope and stopped
Just
there,
poetry.
It would have been a pretty miserable review. So I'm glad that we sat through.
We wanted to do all of it.
I wanted to see if the rest of it continued like that, but no, it did improve greatly as the game went on.
It improved greatly.
So yeah, if you weren't impressed with the poetry one and like you're looking at it after the fact, I do suggest continuing with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Drive beyond that.
there is more to enjoy with this game than just the poetry one. And they start you with the poetry one, which is kind of unfortunate because it is the weakest part of the game.
It is the weakest.
So
now, also for those of you who don't like reading a whole bunch of different text, the poetry might also be a slog to get through because it has
it's not my jam.
It's yeah, and poetry is not my jam either. And I think that really brought it down, brought not the rating down, but brought the experience down for us, is that we're trying to get through all of this. We did find out what the main drive of the puzzle was looking for, fortunately. And the answer, so there's a place on the back of each of these to mark down your answers. We obviously did not mark through this, but you can mark your answers. Two of them are already marked for you.
It gives you a hint as to what you're looking for on those particular sheets of paper.
Absolutely. And inside inside each of these envelopes, the answer is inside it. So you can just peek inside the envelope and there's where the answers are. Again, they recommend you're not going to have any points deducted if you have to go and resort to a hint. Again, they even say it a different way on the Start Here guide, where it says, if you ever find yourself unable to make progress for longer than 15 minutes, please make use of the robust hint system. It's broken into bite-sized nuggets, so a single hint will never ruin an entire puzzle. So, yeah, they don't want you to just bang your head against the table.
No, I mean, nobody's going to have fun if you're doing that.
Exactly. So. And there are so many adventure games out there that are like, you have to do it in a certain amount of time, and you have to do it without using any hints, and then you...
Yeah.
Pleasing the puzzle gods, as Arcane Wonders was saying.
Yeah.
And I agree that I think that I like having that pressure removed. That allows you to immerse yourself in the story and the documents and the puzzle without having to basically race the clock. So I much prefer this style of adventure game to a lot of what is out there.
And I think this whole box took us 3 hours anyway. So
yeah. So it did not even take us the full 4 to 6.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah. But the two of us together are really quick at solving puzzles, generally speaking.
Yeah, we like puzzle solving type games. So I like that they have an overarching like idea of how to solve them, but they're all different puzzles.
And there is a final solution in an envelope.
Oh yeah.
And once you know where the adventure is going, then you are ready to move on to volume 2. So once you've opened this up, you should be ready to move on to the next box in the series. So
I think Mary was like 16 and Percy was 21, married and already like looking at Mary.
It's like, how you doing?
Okay. That's trauma.
But that sort of thing was accepted in those days, or at least the courting of girls under 18 Not so much the leaving your wife behind and divorcing. Now that was probably even then a little out of character. But the writers took this factual story and weaved in a fictional sort of history behind everything, with the letters between Percy and Mary being used as the basis for a lot of the things going on inside Volume 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And as he said,
shorter
shorter
lifespan.
lifespan.
Yeah.
I get that. So you had to move along quickly.
I mean, you do, if you were, still unwed at 18 or 20, or, back then, you were
old maid.
You're a spinster. So,
for sure. So it was definitely worth playing through, and I'm glad we checked it out. Now if you're like comparing this one, for example, by Arcane Wonders to Mordom, which is also
Protective, yeah,
which is also Arcane Wonders, I actually really much preferred the Mordom game, just because it left me like wanting more. And now I know there's 2 more volumes. I would be happy to play them, but this doesn't exactly leave me wanting more. I actually feel kind of complete. Like I feel like we figured it out, and like I know that there is more, so I will do more.
Right.
But I know in Mordom, like, let's go. Like I want to play that right now. So it's like if I were to choose.
Plus you're moving from location to location. I think with that, with Mordom, they're completely different.
They're different games, but
this is more just focused on the narrative and the puzzle.
Right.
And with that, it is more of an exploration sort of game.
Right. And so I think that kind of feeds my interest a little bit more, as well as the subject is a little bit more interesting for me. But if you are all about like the Frankenstein and Mary Shelley, I mean, if you love that theme, this game is like so cool.
Oh, absolutely.
This game is so cool. I've never really had that like love for the theme, so but I appreciate it, and I appreciate playing it.
For those of you who think that this is all about Frankenstein's monster or the Frankenstein story, it is not that. This
might be volume 2.
It is possible, because basically Mary says that if not for what goes on in her life, she never would have written Frankenstein, the novel. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. But Volume 1 is just focused on her early life, even before she becomes an author. So you're not going to get Frankenstein's monster in this, but you are going to get a really interesting pseudo-historical or maybe alt-historical sort of adventure.
Yeah.
So, definitely think that people who love escape room games
will enjoy this for sure.
Definitely enjoy this.
Yeah.
So,
I think so.
Any final words?
Nope. I think check it out.
Absolutely. Mother of Frankenstein Volume 1 from Arcane Wonders.
Yes. We'll be right back on Twitch.